Hello, welcome to News Now on TV360. I am Fidelia Aguncha. We'll begin with reports of an attack on a community in Benue State, north-central Nigeria. Unidentified gunmen attacked a Catholic church at Aya Mbalom, a community in Gwa East local government area, killing 15 people, including 2 priests. The gunmen were said to have opened fire on the worshippers after invading the church around 5 a.m. on Tuesday. They also burned down several houses in the community. Both the Benue State government and the Catholic Church have confirmed the attacks. Now, the director of communications of the Catholic Church in the state, Moses Yorapu, gave the names of the priests as Joseph Gore and Felix Yulaha, and the church as St. Ignatius Kwesi Parish. Benue State has been embroiled by herders-farmers crisis for a while now. Despite the deployment of more security personnel to the state, the deadly clashes are still continuing. From the north central to the northeast now, police in Borno State have averted a major tragedy when they intercepted 2 suicide bombers in Bama local government area of the state. The police in the statement said the bombers were gunned down while attempting to infiltrate Bama town through Ajilara area. It is the second attack by the terrorists on Bama in just 2 days. Now, on Sunday, 2 people were killed and 8 others injured after an attack on a mosque in the town. The police has deployed extra forces to quell that incident. The Nigerian army says its troops has destroyed a Boko Haram insurgent training facility in Benishek, Borno State. Colonel Onyema Nwachuku, the Deputy Director, Army Public Relations Operation Lafia Adoli, made the disclosure in a statement issued in Maiduguri. He said the operation was based on intelligence reports which discovered the camp was used for providing instructional training for insurgent foot soldiers. Nwachuku also said that the troops also killed 1 insurgent and rescued 1 person held captive by the terrorists at Afa hideout in the area. Still on the anti-insurgency operation now, efforts of the federal government in the fight against insurgency have received a major boost from the government of the United Kingdom. The UK Minister of State for the Armed Forces, Mark Lancaster, announced a donation of counter-improvised explosive devices equipment worth £1 million in support of the Armed Forces of Nigeria. The minister announced the offer when he received the Minister of Defence, Mansur Dan Ali, at Wellington Office Ministry of Defence, London. He also expressed confidence in the ability of the government to solve security challenges in the country. The police have paraded 3 of the 5 suspects who invaded the farmhouse of Ibrahim Magu, acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) in December last year. The suspects had on December 12 allegedly invaded the farmhouse of Magu in Abuja, killing a police sergeant on guard and carted away 2 AK-47 rifles belonging to police officers. 2 of the suspects, said to be officers of the Nigerian Air Force who were not paraded according to the force headquarters, are facing disciplinary action with the Nigerian Air Force.
It should be recalled that on 12 December 2017, some suspected criminals and armed men invaded the farmhouse of the acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Mr. Ibrahim Magu, at Barkin Uza Karshi area of Abuja, killing a police sergeant, Sergeant Aruna Zaki, on guard duty, and carted away 2 AK-47 rifles belonging to the police personnel on duty. Consequent upon the aforementioned, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Ibrahim K. Idris, MPM MNI, directed the IGP Intelligence Response Team to carry out a district investigation into the invasion and attack, as well as arresting and bringing the perpetrators to justice. The exhibits recovered from them are this. This is Nigerian Police Force AK-47 rifles, which they snatched and they made away with after attacking the farmhouse and killed one of the policemen was guarded on that day. We also recovered about 60 rounds of ammunition and 2 magazines. These are the phones belonging to the deceased.
Dino Melaye, senator representing Kogi West, is currently in police custody. Reports say the lawmaker drove to the office of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad in Abuja to submit himself on Tuesday morning. The senator had earlier said he will make himself available to the police. The embattled lawmaker is currently facing charges of illegal possession of firearms and is expected in court on May 10. He has, however, denied the charges, insisting they are politically motivated. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Walter Onnoghen, has dismissed the notion that the judiciary is responsible for the slow rate of corruption cases in the country. A report by the Socio-Economic and Accountability Project, SERAP, last week had revealed that only 10 high corruption cases have been completed since the year 2000. Some analysts have blamed the slow rate of completion of the cases on judges, but the CJN says that is not the case. Speaking to reporters after a meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday, Onnoghen said the judiciary is not to blame for the poor figures.
Things are happening and the pace is faster than it used to be. And I must repeat myself that for prosecution of any criminal matter, whether corruption matter, any criminal matter at all, you need the investigator, you need the prosecutor, you need the court. All right? And all these 3 stakeholders must function effectively for you to have expeditious dispensation of criminal justice. It doesn't matter whether it's corruption matter or any criminal matter or financial crime or fraud. Now, I believe with your years of experience, of practice, there had never been a situation in which it has been ever reported that we went to court to do a case, corruption or any case at all, and the judge was not there to listen to the case. Or haven't finished hearing us, he refused to deliver judgment. Am I making my point? Yeah. Yes. So when cases are not tried expeditiously, the judge is there, ready to do his job. You come today, you say, okay, for one reason or the other, you take adjournment. And the court grants you the adjournment, which is normal in the course of the proceedings. You turn around and you can't blame the judge for that.
There is some good news for Nigerians as the country's Center for Disease Control has announced a major reduction in the rate of the spread of Lassa fever. In the latest edition of its weekly report, the NCDC said there was only 1 new confirmed case in the week ending on April 25. No new death was recorded. Now, this is the lowest weekly case count since the first week of January 2018. Since the onset of the 2018 outbreak, there have been 105 deaths in confirmed cases and 9 in probable cases. Case fatality rate in confirmed case is 25.2%. Chairmen of the All Progressives Congress in 4 South-South states have refused endorsing Adams Oshomole, governor of Edo State, for the chairmanship position of the party now. At a press conference on Monday, they said John Oyegun, chairman of the ruling party, reserved the right to seek re-election. The state chairmen are David Ikanya of Rivers State, Joseph Fafi of Bayelsa State, Etim Jan of Cross River State, and Amadu Atai of Akwa Ibom State. The APC is expected to hold a national congress next month. Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amosun has reacted to the successful hosting of the 2018 African Drum Festival. The festival, which is an initiative of the Ogun State government, was the third of its kind in the country. It involved a large number of drummers from 20 different African countries. The three-day festival also had participation from various Nigerian states that attended with cultural troops. Speaking to State House reporters on Tuesday, Amosun said he is pleased with the success of the festival and is looking for more sponsors for future editions.
Actually never believed the extent and the level of the success. We were expecting that maybe we would just have maybe 10 or so from the international community that is outside Nigeria, within the continent of Africa. We never expected that we are going to have even some outside the continent of Africa. And little did we know that we are going to end up with about 23 states within the nation performing, and over 80 individual troops that perform at the drum festival. All we were trying to do is to use the instrumentality of drum as a vehicle, as a catalyst for social economic development. Let me put it this way, that whatever money that we spent, and that's why I said clearly and gradually this thing will be totally self-driven, because we got a lot of partners, a lot of sponsors that actually key into what we were doing. And let me say this, immediately, if I was even the second day, everybody was calling that how can they sponsor this, how can they be part of this, how can they be part of that. As we speak now, we are trying to see the possibility of having just maybe 4 maximum anchor sponsors, and we'll have some other smaller ones to join. So if you look at that, whatever money that was put in, we got more than that from our sponsors.
Let's shift our focus now to the world of business, coming up right after the break.
Welcome to Business News. Switzerland said it has returned all the money kept in the country by former Nigerian leader Sani Abacha. The Assistant Director General and Head of the Global Cooperation Department, Swiss Agency for Development and Cooperation, said the money was returned with a $1.5 million interest. The Swiss official added that his country returned about $322.5 million to the federal government, and this is equivalent to 116.11 billion naira. According to him, the original amount was $321 million. The Swiss envoy also said the money was returned to the Nigerian government unconditionally. A new report by the World Bank shows Nigerians living in diaspora have broken an African record by remitting a sum total of $22 billion in 2017. According to the figures published by the bank, it is the 5th largest remittance by the immigrant. Egypt followed closely, recording a total of $20 billion remitted from its citizens abroad. Although the cost of transferring funds increased, the World Bank revealed that payments made by immigrants to their home country rebounded to reach a new record in 2017. The World Bank revealed in its report that the recovery in remittances, which turned out to be stronger than was anticipated by the bank, was driven by growth in Europe, Russia, and the United States. The Lagos State government has announced an increase in its internally generated revenue for the first quarter of 2018. At a press briefing on Tuesday, the Commissioner of Economic Planning and Budget, Segun Banjo, said the southwestern state recorded an internally generated revenue of 103.476 billion naira, as against 96.7 billion naira recorded in the previous year. This accounts for 81% of the total revenue of 141 billion naira generated in the quarter. It is the beginning of another zigzag movement on the equities market this week, as the bulls made a return today after yesterday's bearish run. With a positive market breadth of 34 advances to 25 laggards, Nestle led the gainers table, closing at 1,493 naira 6 kobo. Forte Oil remained on the gainers table with a 10.18% rise, closing at 43 naira 3 kobo. Fuel on the list was Zenith Bank and Dangote Refinery, closing at 27 naira 9 kobo and 21 naira respectively. Previous gains in the key market index went up by 0.01 basis points as Transnational Corporation of Nigeria, Zenith Bank, Everton Offshore Support Group, and First Bank Nigeria Holdings were the most actively traded stocks. Meanwhile, the leading percentage laggards today were Nigerian breweries, Corn Oil, Julius Berger, and GlaxoSmithKline. Traded volume came in at 246.578 million shares over 4,918 deals. And that's business news. Thank you for watching. I am Esther Vese. The rest of the news continues shortly. Do stay with us.
People to get only 10 people to register to vote, 10 new voters. Each of us standing here today, when you get back home, when you get to your place of work, your school, try and get 10 new people that do not have their PVC to register to vote. We're going to take on our website onevoice.ng, please go there, give us the information. If you get 10 people to vote, then you're amongst us.
So at least start with your voter's card and begin to use that to bargain about the type of person you want to see on February 16, 2019 and March 2nd on the ballot paper.
So we want to focus on people who haven't voted before. It's 100,000 people who are looking to pledge that because that gives us a minimum of 1 million new voters.
Instead of to say, my vote no go count now. Try vote first, then you see whether it will count, you know.
Glad to have you back. Police in Toronto are trying to find the motive of a driver who plowed into pedestrians on a crowded footpath, killing 10 people and injuring 15 others. The 25-year-old suspect was captured in a tense but brief confrontation with officers a few streets away from where his van mounted the pavement and continued for a while, leaving people bloodied and dead. Authorities are piecing together witness accounts and surveillance video, but have not yet disclosed a possible motive or cause, even as the police chief agreed with witnesses that it seemed intentional. Former and first Malawi female president Joyce Banda is expected to return home on Saturday after spending more than 3 years in self-imposed exile because of corruption allegations. This was made known by Axon Kaliye, the deputy spokesperson of the former president's People's Party, on Monday. Banda had left the country after she was accused of being involved in Cashgate corruption scandal, in which senior government officials laundered millions of dollars belonging to the state, a plot which was uncovered in 2013 while she was president. Earlier this year, the Anti-Corruption Bureau said it had no solid evidence against her. However, the police have not publicly said whether charges had been dropped. Moving on to sports now, former Super Eagles coach Samson Siasia has applied for the vacant Cameroon manager's post. The Olympic silver and bronze winning coach, however, faces tough competition for the post after the Cameroon Football Federation confirmed that 77 managers were in line for the position. Siasia resigned from Nigerian football after enduring a torrid relationship with the Nigerian Football Federation. He served as Super Eagles head coach between December 2010 and October 2011 before his contract was terminated following the team's failure to qualify for the 2012 Africa Cup of Nations. The former player then also acted as interim Super Eagles coach in March 2016. Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp has asked fans to show respect outside Anfield before Tuesday's Champions League tie against Roma. Fans had attacked Manchester City's bus in Anfield during the first leg of their quarter-final earlier this month. Merseyside police are investigating the attack, which occurred on April 4th, during which 2 police officers were injured. UEFA has also opened disciplinary proceedings on the matter. Club has asked that the incident should not repeat itself as the Anfield Giants seek to negotiate a passage into a Champions League final for the first time in 12 years. A former head coach of the French and Ivorian national team, Henri Michel, is dead. He was 70 years old. His death was confirmed by the French Footballers Union in a statement released on Tuesday. Michel played in midfield for Nantes and earned 58 international caps between 1967 and 1980. He was a 3-time winner of the French league title. Well, that's it on News Now. Many thanks for watching. I am Fidelia Agunta.